Now it has come to my attention through grocery shopping this weekend. There is a nationwide shortage of cream cheese.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Now, if you were a consumer, what would you do if you found out that there was a nationwide shortage of cream cheese?
I wouldn't do anything. I don't like cream cheese.
Would you A, go hunt the stores and find all the cream cheese and buy them out? Or would you B, make your own?
C, don't care.
No fun. Get out of my video.
Hey.
Anyway, so there's a nationwide shortage of cream cheese. And this girl needs cream cheese for recipes for Christmas because cream cheese is the bomb. And if I don't have my salmon bagel with cream cheese on Christmas morning while the kids open their present and my nice cup of coffee, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyway, Christmas is like 4 or 5 days away. I have plenty of time to make myself some cream cheese. Now, while I'm at it, because it's exactly the same, I'm gonna show you a simple recipe for goat cheese, because I got my goat milk, my baby goat were born, and I've got milk now, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna make goat cheese the same time I'm going to make cream cheese. It's exactly the same recipe, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Are you excited? Let's go. All right, so we're gonna make the goat milk, the goat cheese first, because that is probably the easiest thing that you're ever gonna do. Okay, give it a good shake. Mine's been in the fridge. This is a couple of days worth because she's still feeding her 2 babies. So you're gonna fill it almost all the way up. About right there. Both of them. That's about right. All right. Now you're gonna take cultured buttermilk. You can get low fat, you can get non-fat, you can get whatever you want. I have cheese cultures, but because I want this recipe to be accessible to literally everyone, I want to show you how to do this. Now, see the 2, they are filled up about 3/4 of the way. And you're gonna shake your buttermilk and take it and fill it to the top. And now I'm going to take these rings, and because I wasn't prepared, and a coffee filter, and a spoon, because you're going to want to give it a stir. And these were fresh out of the dishwasher. I knew I was going to want to do this, so I did a sani cycle, so these jars are sanitized. Take a coffee filter and put the lid on. You don't want to put the lid piece on. You just want to put the ring on and put it on a coffee filter because the bacteria that you're trying to grow is aerobic. It's not anaerobic. If it was anaerobic, it would be like block the oxygen out, but it needs oxygen in order to grow. So we're gonna take these and set them to a side. All right, now cream cheese. I'm just gonna take heavy cream, and because I'm out of regular milk, I'm gonna use half and half. And I'm gonna put 1.5 cups of each in these jars. Oh, that one's not the open one. All right. One and a half. 1.5. A little bit extra is fine. And same thing. Fill it about up to where it starts to hump. See, it's humping. With the half and half. Right about there. Yeah, right about that. Alright. Now, you're going to take your buttermilk, just like I had before, and fill it to the top. And then give both a little stir. And this is cream cheese. That's how easy it is. That's how accessible it is. Put this on. You can use rennet in cream cheese and in your chev cheese that I'm making here. You don't have to. And I'm going to show you the simplest way to do it. And the way I like it and the way it comes out the softest, I think. All right. Got my dudes. Got my dudes. Got my dudes on. All right. And they're not even empty yet. All right. Clean me out of goat's milk, which is what I wanted because I have much more coming. She's starting to overflow. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to scooch over here. I'm going to have to. You see that okay? Yeah, you can see it okay. All right. Now what I have in here, I have just a little bit of water. I think I put a quart of water in here. Can you see me? No. Got it plugged in. It's my Instant Pot. My Instant Pot has a sous vide on it. I'm going to set my sous vide to 80 degrees. And it's going to go for 24 hours. And I might need to add some more water to this. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more water to this so that it has enough water to cover up the sides a bit. All right. Now, hopefully it'll fit. Yay, it fit. On with the lid. Okay, so now that that is on, the lid is on, I'm gonna incubate that for 12 hours maybe, and then check it. It's gonna take at least a day. It'll take until tomorrow to do its thing. You don't have to come back to it. You could just let it go. Just let it go 24 hours, and then when you come back, it's gonna be cheese. And you could honestly just heat up the milk and the cream separately, just on the stove. Don't use the microwave. Microwave's gonna have hot spots, so you don't want to get too hot. But warm it up to about 80 degrees, put in the buttermilk, and let it sit on the counter exactly the same way. It'll take probably 2 or 3 days. But I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll show you the next step as soon as it's done. I'm back with the cheese recipe for the cream cheese. I don't know if it's gonna turn out. Might be a fail. It looks like, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is the goat chev, and it really kind of got bubbles. So I'm thinking it might be a little bit infected with yeast. I tasted it and it tastes nice and fresh, so maybe it's not too bad. But what I'll do is I'm going to drain it. I'm going to show you here. I have just a piece of cloth. Any kind of cloth will do, that's really thin, like a do-rag or flour sack dish towel. That'll do too. And I have it in a colander over a bowl. So we're just gonna let these bowls rest for a couple of hours, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna tighten them up. We're gonna put rubber bands on them and then hang them from a cabinet door. So I'll be back after these drain. All right, so I'm gonna tie up, it's been an hour. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. And then I'm gonna tie it up in a sack and I'm gonna hang it from my cupboard door here. Just this cupboard door. And it's gonna hang for about 24 hours. So I'm going to take where did my rubber band go?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're okay, Thor.
Take a little rubber bandy, dude, and then gather all the corners out.
You're okay, Bob.
that. See? And then I have some paracord, and I'm just gonna put a little slip knotty dude. And squirt way everywhere. I think there's a hole in it. So I squirt it out. But it's fairly clear.
It looks like there's a hole in it.
There's a hole in it. I don't know. Can you see it? Hold on. It's just like, nope. Time to get a new cheesecloth. Alright, anyway. We'll do the other one. We'll do the cream cheese in just a minute. Okay, so this is the cream cheese. I'm just gonna do exactly the same. Forget everything over where I just left it. I promise I'll get better at this. And then squish it up into a ball. Grab all the sides together. Put on a rubber band. You might not have to do this step, but I always do, just to keep it together. Keep it together. And it's only gonna go around twice. All right, slip knot. This bad boy. Hang it up. Move your bowl this time so that it hangs nicely. And do a lock. There you go. Hang it up. Let it drip. And okay, good. I was recording. We'll come back. I'll come back. Let it just drain. It's easy. Just throw it in there and hope you don't have a hole in your sack. Hole in your sack. One thing that's good to know is the color of the whey that's dripping out. See, this is beautiful. It's perfectly clear. At first, it was a little bit milky, but now it's running clear, so it's running out at the appropriate time. Let's go check the other one out. This one as well is dripping beautifully clear. If you can see that. That's the color you want the whey to be. You don't want it to be cloudy or and it's going to be a little bit yellow. If you look at that water, it's going to be a little bit yellow, but you don't want it milky. Same with this. Let's look at the bottom of this guy. See that's really milky. That is because I had the hole in there and it started coming out too fast. And now it's slowed down and it's dripping out at a really nice rate. So this is going to hang for, I'm going to do probably 6 or 7 hours, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to lift it and kind of shake it and shift it to allow it to drain evenly on all sides. And we'll just keep doing that for the next 24 hours. And I'll show you when I come back, when it shrinks up quite a bit. I'll show you when I come back in about 6 hours to do the lift and shimmy. Okay, it's been going for about 4 or 5 hours. This is the cream cheese. Now I'm going to give it a little zhuzh and give it a little bit of shake and kind of roll it around in the bag so that the trapped whey can release again. So just take the corner and you just kind of lift and you want to roll the ball. So you go on that side, turn it around, go on that side, turn it around, go on that side, give a little zhuzh. And this one, since there's so much cream in there, it's not dripping as nearly as much. Now we're gonna go over to the goat milk or the goat cheese and we're gonna do the same thing. All right. Now we're at the goat cheese. I'm gonna give it a little zhuzh all around the outside. Remember, this one's got a hole in it, so we'll see. Now it's going out quite a bit. My sadness is that I am losing some of the cheese out this hole. So I'm gonna have to order another one. There we go. Now I'm gonna come back again in about another 5 or 6 hours and zhuzh it again, and then I'm just gonna leave it over and to hang overnight. So goat cheese actually got to the point where it was small enough that I could put it in one of my smaller sacks. So that one I put in a smaller sack and I zhuzhed around. I stirred it up a little bit and I put it back in and tightened it up, and now it's hanging again. So now I'm going to come show you the cream cheese and how it's looking at this point. Okay, so it's been hanging for about 7 or 8 hours. And it is getting to be nice and beautiful and thick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this apart, and I'm going to see where it's at in the inside, because chances are it still needs to have some drainage time. I'm going to taste it. And it's delicious. Okay. And chances are it's going to need a little bit more drainage. So I'm going to go and get the tripod ready for you. All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna break it apart a little bit. It's been about 6 or 8 hours, and I'm gonna stir it up. And this is really nice and beautiful and thick. At this point, we could stop. Right now, what I'm gonna do is, I think that this is at a really, really nice consistency, because it's going to thicken up even more when you put it in the refrigerator. And this made a lot. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to salt this up and then let it hang for another couple of hours. Not necessarily to get any more whey out, because I think that's really beautiful consistency, really spreadable, but to let the salt kind of do its thing and stop the process of culturing. Salt does that. It'll stop the process. So you can't see it, but right now I'm weighing it, and it's at 1,300 grams. And so I want my final product to be about 2% salt. So I multiply 1,321 times 0.02, and 0.01 would be 13 grams of salt, and double that, so that would be 26 grams of salt. Tear that out. See if we get even 26, huh? There we go, 26 grams. I do everything in grams, and it's just very, very easy. Metric system is a beautiful thing. We need to adopt it more, especially for things like weights and baking. Measurements are so much better. Like, if you're a woman and you've tried to do any kind of wood projects and you're like, what in the world is, what is a 7/16? What is a 7/16? I can't even picture that in my mind. But I can picture 5 millimeters. It's pretty easy. All right. I think we got that good and stirred in. Excuse me. Yum, yum, yum. It's ready when you want to lick the bowl. Alright, now I'm gonna put this back into its little ponytail. Put it back into the bowl with the whey. And go hang it up for a couple more hours. Just to let the salt mellow it. And to stop the curdling? No, the culturing. Culturing's done. Okay. Alright, so I let it sit for about an hour or so. But I really like the consistency that it's at right now, so I didn't want to leave it in there too long. So I'm going to take this, if I can, out. Oh yeah, I did a lock, not on it. Alright. Take this out, take off the thingy dingy. Rubber band, that's the word I was looking for. Rubber band, man. Okay. I didn't think this through. I'll be right back. Alright, this has been salted and it's been sitting about another hour. So this is coming really beautifully cleanly off of the cloth, and this is what you really want to see, is that's how you want this to roll, is you want it to be able to come off the cloth super easy and roll right into your container that you want. I'm wondering if this is the container. Nice and soft and squishy. And I'm licking my fingers, gross, I know, whatever. My food. And the salt level is pretty much perfect. This did have a lid with it at one point in time, but I lost it. Do you lose the lids? Okay. This is the bomb. Press and seal. Good stuff. Never lose a lid again. Alright. Now, I'm going to fridge it overnight, and I'll show you what it looks like mañana. So now I'm back with the goat cheese. I'm going to check it, see what I think, see if it's ready to salt. Okay, see the difference? This is just starting to leave the sides of it, but it's really quite mushy still in the middle. So at this point, I am going to salt it, but I'm probably going to leave it to hang a lot longer. So let's weigh this up. This is 797 grams. We'll go round up to 800, but round down because it's probably about 100 grams for the very light. So I would say 700 grams. So 700, that's 7 grams of salt. It's gonna go in. I think we probably have 10. All right, we're doing 10. There we go. Back in frame. Give it a little zhuzhy stir. So this is cream cheese from a goat. Obviously, I didn't separate out the cream. This is more of a chef style cream cheese. But I did not use any rennet. This is just lactic acid curdled. You don't need rennet for fresh cheese. You really don't. And this is raw goat milk. So it is at the lactic tang that I want it to be. So now the salt is going to stop that process. And it's going to just draw out some more of the whey so that it firms up a bit more. And then we're going to put it in the bowl after a couple of hours. I'll bring you back to that. My cream cheese is done. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And we're going to do a taste test. Here's the cream cheese. Look at that unctuousness. Perfectly soft. Nice texture. Give it a little taste test. Little taste test. Silky soft. Beautiful. Wonderful. Beautiful salt content. I am so excited for that. It is so good. It's going to be amazing on my breakfast bagel tomorrow. All right, it's been about 12 hours and my goat cheese is done. See, it's nicely coming from the sides of the bowl or from the sides of the cloth. I'm going to roll it into this container here and I'm going to fridge it overnight and try it tomorrow morning. And we also have the chev done and it looks absolutely amazing. And I'll show it to you right now. Here's the chev. Beautiful texture, very soft, creamy, just like cream cheese. We'll give this guy a little taste too. Okay. That is very different than the cream cheese, but it's very delicious. Creamy, bright, citrusy, tangy, just that beautiful, bright chev taste. Luna, you've outdone yourself. We're going to go and give my goat a hug, because she's doing amazing.